Mobile notaries versus traditional notaries. Which one is right for you? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly which one fits your personality best, which one fits your lifestyle best, and how you can make the most amount of money doing which one of these. Most of you guys won't stick to the end. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you're not hopped up on dopamine from all this short form content. You can actually sit down and watch a full video. No shade, but it's true. Anyways, mobile notaries versus traditional notaries. What are the biggest differences? Which one do I prefer? I'll let you know at the end of it. So the first things first is basically service location. And when it comes to mobile notaries and traditional notaries, this is the thing that separates them the most. So for you, if you think about it like this, traditional notaries are basically the notaries that you most likely already know about. Those are the ones that pay charge $5 to $15 depending on what their state fees are, maybe even $5 depending on the state. And they usually have a fixed location. They just do the documents, they just notarize them, and then they're good to go. These are the notaries that everybody knows about. These are just the old school notaries. I'm here, you come to me, I stamp your paper, you go home, job is done. That's traditional notary. So their service location is fixed. They usually have an office. You come to the location, they do the document, and then you go on about your business. But when it comes to mobile notaries, the location is not fixed. A mobile notary is somebody that's able to go to any location, notarize the document, and then they're able to basically go wherever you need them to go. There is no fixed place, and the overhead is usually lower because you're not usually paying for an office space or things like that. Mobile notaries can have a physical office if they want clients to come to them, but generally it's just driving around in your car and completing the job. So the biggest difference there is service location. And if you're someone that just wants to be sitting down, they want to be in one place and people come to them, then you'll probably lead more on the traditional notary side. And if you're someone that has a car, you don't mind moving around and possibly getting paid a little bit extra, you'll probably lean more on the mobile notary side. So I'll kind of do it like that to see which side you kind of lean towards. It's going to go based off your personality, but you'll see which one I prefer. Next up, you have flexibility. Because traditional notaries are usually within offices, their flexibility is a little bit limited. You're usually going to have that 9 to 5, 8 to 4 range where people can come in during your office hours and get their documents notarized. This is more so going to be on a traditional notary side. Like I said, it's a little bit more, not corporate, but it's more so like a regular business. Like you come into this office, you come into this store, you get your job done, and you have to come within office hours to get it done. That's how it works. On the other hand, flexibility with the mobile notary is something huge. So you're able to work during the regular business hours if you'd like to, or you can work whenever you want. You don't have to stop working when that business day ends. And personally, a lot of my clients come after 5 o'clock as well. So if you're the type of person that needs to be in a certain time range, you want to work from this time to this time, you're going to lean more on the traditional notary side. If you're someone that doesn't have a set amount of work hours, you're free, especially like, let's say during the weekends, then you might lean a little bit more to the mobile notary side. And one thing I can say is if it's after hours, let's say your mobile notary and it's after hours, that's something that you can charge somebody for as well, especially if you're going to their house at like, let's say like 11 p.m. at night. They don't mind you charging like an extra $20 because it is kind of late. It's kind of like having priority shipping or kind of like having a express on like Uber Eats or something. You want them to come right now as fast as possible. So they charge a little bit more there. And as a mobile notary, you can do the exact same. So flexibility is another thing that they differ on. Next up, you have client interaction. So when it comes to client interaction with traditional notaries, it's more so very, I would say a little bit more impersonal because you're just going to the office, getting your notarization completed, and you're going home. I guess there's a little bit of time for chit chat, but when people are going to your location, they're usually just going there for one thing. They're getting their documents notarized. They're showing you their ID for forms of identification, and then they're leaving. On the other hand, with mobile notarizations, it's more of an intimate, more personal setting because a lot of times you're going to like a hospital or you're going to people's homes or you're going into retirement homes or you're going into hospice, and things are a little bit different. Like the best way to explain it is people are accepting you into their lives. So you kind of have to have a little bit of not charm, but a little bit of people personness. because you're going inside these people's house and you want your clients to feel comfortable, not just like, oh, I just hired a random person off the street. Even if you are a random guy off the street to them, they want to feel comfortable. So you're just going there, you're being very friendly, and you're kind of like a part of their life now because you're in their house, you're looking at their documents when you're about to notarize. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys are all on the same page. So it's a little bit more personal. It's a little bit more personalized because you're in their house and you're on site as a notary. It's not just them coming to your office, stamping, and gone. So if you just want people to be in and out and you'll just take a deduction and payment, then you'll go on the traditional notary side. If you're more so, you don't mind going to people's house, being inside their retirement homes or inside of a hospital, then you'll lead between more on the mobile notary side because you don't mind like driving to locations. Next up, you have availability. This was another thing I was saying. Some offices on the traditional notary side only works that Monday through Friday because they just function as regular businesses. But as a mobile notary, your flexibility is tremendous. I've seen a lot of notaries that do 24/7, and I used to do that as well because I was able to charge more in like the wee hours in the morning. Sometimes people have their car towed. The regular notary, traditional notary location is not going to be open. So who else do they call? Ghostbusters. No, I'm joking. Who else do they call? They'll call the mobile notaries. The mobile notaries will come there at 2 a.m. They'll be your Superman. They got their cape on and their stamp in their hand. Boom. Do your documents. Move on your way. So you have more availability, which means you have a higher chance of locking down a client because clients don't always need something between this hour and this hour. Sometimes they need it at 6 p.m. And if you close your office at 5 p.m., now you just lost out on a client that would have needed you 1 hour later. So as far as availability goes, mobile notaries are a bit more flexible just because they're not working on that on-site inside of an office type of location. So if you're somebody that wants to work and have your Monday through Friday, you only want to work on that, then you'll lean on the traditional side. If you're somebody that doesn't mind working on weekends, you just want to get your bag however you can, you lean more on the mobile notary side. Next up is cost and fees. So usually the traditional notaries have the standard travel fee and they have the standard notary fee based on their state and no travel fee. So they're just paying what the state says they can per that document because all they're charging for is that document. On the other hand, a mobile notary can charge for the travel, and that travel, there's no really fee on that because you're charging to go to the location, you're charging for convenience, you're charging for printing out documents, you're charging for mailing out documents. There's so much other things you can charge for on this end. So when you're a mobile notary, you just have more freedom of what you can charge the customer for the service that you're providing for them because every customer is a little bit different. They're tailored a little bit differently and they need different things. But if you want to be a traditional notary, just understand that you're only charging for those documents. You have to stay within the regulations that your state puts there. So you're only charging for those documents. You can't really go outside of that, but at least you have other benefits, such as being able to work only 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. If that's you, you're going to go over here. You're going to be with the traditional notaries. If you want a little bit more money, well, not a little bit. If you want a lot more money, but have the flexibility of working whenever you want, whatever time you want, you'll lean more on the mobile notary side. And then specialization. So notarizations or traditional notaries usually do general notary services, just like, your regular forms, your regular general notary work. Let's say like a school form or just things that people just need to have stamped really quickly. That's usually what the traditional notaries do. But then on the other hand, the mobile notary, it can kind of get a little bit more funky. There could be a whole bunch of different type of documents. You could be doing power of attorney, estate planning, apostille, being a wedding officiant. There's many different things you can do, and it gives you many different opportunities to learn different types of documents and have different types of access to different customers because now you're able to do a multitude of things rather than just stamping this paper over here for $10. So if you want to have something that's more straightforward, and I know know like I'm only going to be stamping these type of documents, you might want to be on a more traditional side. It's a little bit more conservative, and the mobile notary side is a little bit more, for lack of a better term, liberal, or just like a little bit, I guess, liberal. I guess liberal is the best way to explain it. So you're able to charge more. You have more type of documents that you can do. You can work when you want. It's kind of like you have more freedom over there, but over here is more structured. But you can make more money over here, but you have set working hours over there. So y'all let me know which one do you think like fits your personality the best. If you want the opportunity to make more money, I would lean more toward the mobile notary side, just because you can charge more for that travel. But if you want to be stable, you want to have a place where people can come to and notarize your documents, hey, by all means, do whatever floats your boat. I leaned more toward the mobile notary side, and I would say that as well. I will say though, if you do the traditional side, you need to be good with garnering more attention and getting people to come to your location. Because what makes this side convenient, which is the mobile notary side, is it doesn't matter where anybody is. You can go to their location because you're using your gas and you're charging that fee. On the other hand, you only have people that are usually within your radius when you are a traditional notary, just because you want it to be, they just want to go to somebody that's close to them. Customers are generally lazy. So that's why we charge more on the mobile notary side. If you want to be lazy, pay for that. That's cool. So that's the only thing. With traditional notaries, you have to have somebody, you want to have customers that are around you, so you market really around you rather than like the entire city or tri-state area. But yeah, that's what I would say. So if you, whatever one you think is better for you, it kind of fits your personality. You have to choose. Let me know in the comments below whether you like to be traditional notaries, if you like mobile notaries. Completely up to you. Put that in the comments below. If you want to learn how to use the notary hybrid system, which is what I use to get consistent clients over the years, let me know. Also, you can jump in my DMs on Instagram or just comment like hybrid or something below, and I'll reach out to you. And then I also have a free notary startup kit down below. You can download that bundle, and it'll have a lot of tools to help you get started in a notary business. No matter what type of notary it is, it's going to be very beneficial for you. Download it, 100% free. If you want a one-on-one, you can book a call down below as well. And if you want to do some coaching where I just, hold your hand, walk you through the process, put my foot on your neck and make sure that you succeed, go ahead and book a one-on-one down below. But anyways, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and peace, love. Your boy Knowledge is out.